As you guys know, U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara was fired by President Donald Trump after refusing to resign in an attempt by the Trump administration to rid everyone out of the federal level that was not Republican or not on his side. While that may be practical, and I wouldn't see really the outrage on it, except for the media sensationalism, and this is how you know the media is all about sensationalism. Trump said he wanted him to stay. So that's where it gets me wrong. But aside from that, this is what we're going to be focusing on. So you guys probably know the token Indian conservative Dinesh D'Souza, who is, again, like I just stated, a token Indian for the Republican Conservative Party. And he constantly just basically, he's actually one of the more vile and vulgar type of people. And he's one of the biggest, principally contradictory people ever. So he's a convicted felon and an adulterer. So in a party that's all supposed to be about family values, all supposed to be about law and order, right? Law and order, what happened to that? All about is supposed to be Christianity and all this shit. And this is what this guy does. But the reason that people enjoy him so much is because I started realizing that the amount of people on the right, like the real symbolic right, is really, really small compared to how many people there are on the left that are big. Because if you think about it, in general, most people are left. So they really, like, especially when it's an Indian guy, they will just token him for everything, and that will be their best friend regardless of it. So, and then you get into the whole debates and all that, and it's all ends justify the means, and you got a convicted felon and an adulterer representing the party of family values and law and order. How do you get convicted for a felony on charges of, he got convicted on charges of bribery of politicians? How does that even happen? How stupid are you? Like, that's one thing. It's one thing to get caught, like to be doing that. It's so bad, right? To get convicted for it is a whole nother level. But anyway, so I'm getting a little bit off on a tangent here, just fucking slicing this fool. But the point here is that he has made some tweets about Bharara, who was just recently, or just today actually, as of recording it, he was fired, right? So I'm going to read you guys some of the tweets that he put out. He said, let me see here. He said, "Good riddance, department. Obama capo." He called him a capo. I don't... It's not spelled the same way of the word that I'm thinking of. I'm praying that's not the capo he's talking about. But he says, "At Preet Bharara is a familiar Indian type, subservient to those above him, but ruthless with those in his power." So this is just, I don't know. Like, it's one thing for a comedian to say things like this, but he often goes really far. And I have an example of when he goes really far. And too far, in my opinion. And the dude is just fucking ridiculous. But this whole thing is a familiar Indian type. And I guess that's fine and all. You know, we don't want to be too PC and all that. So that's cool, fine and dandy. But it's just really suspect. Bharara's the guy who convicted this motherfucker. He's the one who got him. He's a bitter piece of shit felon. He's a felon. He had to serve jail time. He has been convicted by the court system. He is a felon. I thought you guys were all about law and order. What happened, fam? Lock her up. Lock her up. But now we love this guy who was locked up. Yeah! Dinesh D'Souza, the only Indian on our side. This is some bullshit, dude. This bullshit is this microphone falling. Okay, so I have this, shoot, I actually, I kind of lost it. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here's a little article by Salon. It says Dinesh D'Souza, adulterous felon and disgraced academic, really embarrassed himself this time. And here's what Salon says. They say Dinesh D'Souza isn't just a convicted felon and adulterer. He's a convicted felon and adulterer. I want to hit this point home. And the party of supposed law and order and supposed chance, like scripted chance of lock her up. And the supposed party of family values and Christianity and moral compass is a fucking adulterer. Not that I give a shit, but my point is, don't try and pretend like you're the party of family values and Christianity, and then you go behind your back and then you just champion your token Indian because he's the only Indian you can find on planet Earth that supports you guys. Anyways, say the filmmaker, right-wing pundit, defender of Donald Trump's right to access beauty pageant contestants' dressing rooms. Yikes, that's fucking weird. And world's most racist amateur comedian is also generous in his praise toward those who are in his estimation great judges of characters in babies. Okay, let's see. So here's one of the most disgusting things that I've seen, and here's what he said. So this was back in 2016, October 21st. He said, Obama's dad dumped him at birth and his mom got rid of him at the age of 10. Did they know something we didn't when we signed up for this guy? Holy shit, you're a fucking dick. You are a fucking douchebag. You are insulting every orphan in the whole world, every child who doesn't have any parents and no control of their own. Think about how stupid this is. Think about how ridiculous this is. He's practically making fun of him for not having his birth parents. So anyone who doesn't have parents, he's insulting in this case. Just think about that. How ridiculous is that? This dude is a disgusting, vulgar maniac. He has no morals. He has nothing. He's not about law and order. He's a convicted felon. He should be in jail right now. He should put tape over his mouth because he's a convicted felon. The dude is supposed to be about family values and all this bullshit. He's an adulterer. The dude's a joke. And again, he's the token Indian for the Republican Party because they can't find any other Indians that would ever support the Republican Party. Because we all know that the Republican Party is not a fan of any minority in any case whatsoever. Talk about George Bush's FEMA. Let's talk about all these different things. It's all a joke. I mean, literally, Trump is trying to ban all these Middle Eastern countries. I mean, shit. My parents came here as refugees. When's the ban going to extend to Afghanistan? This is not a joke. Like, Donald Trump is not something to joke about. This guy's an idiot. He's really just an idiot.